The silence finally cracks. After chapters of suffocating stillness, someone makes a move, and the moment they do, the game reacts instantly. Pressure has been building quietly. Every player has been calculating, waiting for someone else to slip first. Chapter 32 proves what the organizers wanted all along. Fear creates mistakes. One participant breaks under the psychological weight. A small decision, seemingly harmless, suddenly becomes evidence. The game twists that action into a weapon. Trust weakens again. Shiho starts doubting her own judgment. Was staying passive the right choice? Or did hesitation make her vulnerable? Shibe's anxiety grows worse. The more he tries to avoid attention, the more suspicious he appears. Tenji begins analyzing patterns again. He realizes something terrifying. This phase was designed to expose emotional instability. But Yuichi already expected this. He understood that silence was never the endgame. It was preparation. While everyone else focused on surviving the quiet, Yuichi was studying reactions, measuring fear, tracking who was close to breaking. Chapter 32 reveals something crucial. The Tomodachi Game doesn't attack strength. It attacks impatience. And Yuichi's greatest weapon isn't intelligence. It's control. As the chapter ends, one truth becomes clear. The calm phase is over. Now the real manipulation begins. The consequences begin to unfold. After someone finally broke the silence, the Tomodachi Game wastes no time tightening its grip. What looked like a small mistake in the previous chapter now turns into a chain reaction. The system doesn't just punish actions. It magnifies them. Doubt spreads faster than before. The group starts re-evaluating every interaction from the past few rounds. Words that once felt harmless now seem suspicious. Shiho begins questioning people she trusted, not openly, but internally. And in this game, internal doubt is far more dangerous than spoken accusations. Shibe grows defensive. The more pressure he feels, the more unstable his behavior becomes. And instability is exactly what the game feeds on. Tenji carefully observes the shift in group dynamics. He notices something critical. The game is no longer forcing betrayal. It's letting paranoia do the work. Meanwhile, Yutori stays unreadable. Her silence is no longer passive. It feels intentional. And Yuichi? Yuichi sees the full picture. He understands that once paranoia enters the group, the game doesn't need to interfere much. Suspicion will slowly destroy trust on its own, so instead of stopping it, he guides it, subtly redirecting attention, carefully placing doubt where it benefits him most, encouraging just enough uncertainty to destabilize the right people. Chapter 33 reveals a chilling truth. The most powerful manipulation is the one where you don't look like you're manipulating at all. As the tension escalates, one thing becomes clear. The Tomodachi Game has moved beyond rules and penalties. Now it's about psychological dominance. And Yuichi is beginning to take control of the chaos. Paranoia turns into confrontation. After doubt quietly spreads through the group, Chapter 34 brings everything closer to the surface. The tension that once lived in silence now starts leaking into words. Accusations don't explode. They slip out carefully. Shiho can no longer ignore the inconsistencies she's noticed. Her sense of justice pushes her toward action. But in this game, confronting someone is the same as exposing yourself. Shibe reacts emotionally again. Instead of defending logically, he lashes out. And that reaction only deepens suspicion around him. Tenji observes the cracks forming. He understands that once direct confrontation begins, the group dynamic changes permanently. There is no going back to trust. Yutori remains calm, almost too calm. While others clash, she positions herself safely between both sides, never fully committing, never fully denying. And Yuichi? Yuichi allows the confrontation to happen. He doesn't stop it. He doesn't escalate it. He lets people reveal their emotional limits. Because in moments of direct pressure, masks slip, and once someone reveals their true fear, they become predictable. Chapter 34 reveals a dangerous shift. The Tomodachi game no longer needs hidden traps. The players are creating them themselves. As accusations intensify, one truth becomes unavoidable. The real battle isn't against the game anymore. It's against each other. And Yuuichi is quietly deciding who will fall first. The confrontation reaches its breaking point. After accusations begin surfacing, Chapter 35 pushes the group into open conflict. Words are no longer subtle. Suspicion is no longer hidden. Trust finally fractures. Shiho tries to hold on to logic, but emotions are overpowering reason. The more she tries to stabilize the group, the more divided it becomes. Shibe feels cornered. Every glance feels like judgment. Every silence feels like confirmation of guilt. Under pressure, he becomes exactly what the game wants, reactive. Tenji analyzes the chaos carefully. He notices something important. The game hasn't introduced a new rule. It doesn't need to. The players are self-destructing perfectly on their own. Yutori continues playing both sides. She doesn't defend anyone too strongly. She doesn't accuse too directly. She floats in the middle, protected by ambiguity. And Yuichi? Yuichi finally makes a move. Not loud, not dramatic, precise. He says just enough to redirect the flow of blame. He reframes the argument, shifting focus away from emotional reactions and toward logical inconsistencies. In doing so, he subtly positions himself as the only stable mind in the room. Chapter 35 reveals a chilling evolution. When chaos becomes uncontrollable, the person who appears calm becomes powerful. And that's exactly where Yuichi stands. As the dust settles slightly, one reality becomes clear. The group isn't fighting the Tomodachi game anymore. They're fighting each other. And Yuichi is quietly turning that fight into his advantage.